Hello and salutations, I'm Sal. Welcome back to Distant Source, and today we're continuing on with the Action Force, and we're going over one of my favorite characters, Kerak. It's something about him I just think is really stinking cool. Him and the Swarm and Bone Collector are like my three favorites in this line, so basically the bad guys, but you probably know that by now. I'm not going to waste any more time talking about him, I'm just going to jump right into it. So we're looking at it, we got the figure, his helmet, his tomahawk, some extra hands. It says Action Force Kerak with Valaverse. Window continuation, Action Force Valaverse. That's the bottom. Side of the box says Action Force. Other side has this really great artwork of Kerak. Says Kerak is Series 1 Figure 5. You have his garrison symbol down there. On the back of the box we have the cross cell with Condor, Bone Collector, Steel Brigade, Swarm, Kerak, and Slaughter. QR code, file card, and all that kind of stuff. Action points, where to find Bobby on socials. All out of the way, I'm going to get him open. We're going to look at him, go over articulation, look at the sculpt, all that kind of stuff. You're familiar with this by now. Kicking off Kerak's accessories, we get the Action Force stand, which again is the same as the rest of the line. 4-foot pegs, slot for the file card, kind of a metal texture says Action Force. We have his knife, which is not too dissimilar from Sarge's knife, minus the eagle on the pommel there, and it's a brown hilt instead of a black one. I kind of scratched it a little bit right there, my bad. Otherwise, very clean paint, fits in the hand no problem, and fits down in the sheath on his leg no problem at all. We have his sidearm, which again has a hole in the barrel for a blast effect. Gray all around with a brown grip. Fits down in the holster just fine, which is where it is located with the figure when you open him out of the box. We have his tomahawk, which is probably my favorite accessory. I like the silver that goes along the top as well as the blade, and I love the wraps. Like, the paint turned out incredibly clean. No complaints at all. Fits in the hand just fine. We have his shotgun, which has some molly straps on it, and a peg for it to peg into the back. Cast in solid black, so it's very similar to the prototype weapons pack. Again, hole in the barrel for a blast effect. I would like to see the shotgun pump action work. In a perfect world, that's what I would like it to do, but, you know, can't have everything we want. That pegs into his back with no problem. Then we have a super cool helmet with the red, some very nice silver paint, has some weathering to it, nice rivets and the like. What's not to like about a cool helmet? Kerak, much like most of the figures, extra hands are hiding behind the figure stand, so if you're looking for them, that's where they're at. We have two extra fists for the left and the right hand, simple hinge mechanism for in and out. We have trigger hands for the left and the right, hinge mechanism for up and down, and the two C-grip hands for cradling a rifle or punching out, or in this case, you know, pump action. Trigger hand fits on the pump action shotgun with no problem. There's a little bit of space in there, but it is what it is on that. I'm not too worried about that. And the trigger hand fits around the pistol just fine. Looking at some of the detail on Kerak, we have this really great face sculpt, very kind of menacing. I like the furrowed brow and the wrinkles and all that. I like his bomber jacket saying sleeves. Silver on the zipper came out great. Sort of the silver on the buckle, like there's no bleed at all. And I like the variety of texture too. We have that kind of fur texture where it should be versus a leather texture, and then you see that kind of texture on the tank top, which I believe is also Sarge's tank top. There's a lot of variety there. Mostly clean paint here on the holster and the sheath, with right next to my thumbnail being kind of the only splotchy part. Mostly perfect, just across the line. And I would say that's a very, very tight margin of error, considering that he's the only one so far that's had any kind of like splotchiness to him out of all the different paint apps across all the figures. I'd say that's pretty friggin' good. Green and black combo. He has the same boots as Sarge, cracked leather or distressed suede or whatever you want to call it. So lots of really nice textures and lots of really great paint apps. And then there's Kerak with the helmet on. I like that his eyes almost get blacked out. Makes him look more intimidating even, if that's even possible. Fits on the head just fine, and I think covers the surface area of the face very sufficiently. One more thing of detail, we have the garrison symbol on the back, which you kind of saw with the shotgun, but just wanted to give you kind of a image by itself there. And that's what Kerak looks like without his jacket on. For a sleeveless arm Sarge, you just take off that jacket and pop the head and pop the torso at the waist and just swap them out with Sarge and, you know, reattach the things as needed. You can always do that if you want. That's what I've been talking about when they punch out. Butterfly joints are made to accommodate. It's a lot easier to take off his little jacket than it is anything else. So not quite at eye level, but miles above and a lot closer than Classified's going to give us. And shooting a shotgun from the hip, which I think he does extremely well. And he also holds Mythic Legion's weapons just fine. So couldn't have a guy named Kerak from the garrison and wears kind of a battle helmet and not have him hold a sword and a shield. So alright, let's go ahead and go over articulation. I'll start the articulation with the vest and the helmet. It looks up that far, and the helmet has a short enough kind of skull cap on the back that it actually doesn't crash into anything. Looks down that far, and same thing, his beard hits anything before the helmet does. He gets side to side, a little bit of tilt, and some shifting. Without the helmet on, it's the same, but I'll show it to you. He looks up that far, looks down that far. Side to side, same little bit of tilt, and same shifting. Now without the jacket, he looks up just a little bit further, looks down all the same. Side to side doesn't change, neither does the tilt or the shifting. So I'll go ahead and do the arms without the coat. Shoulder spin 360, no problem. Come up a hair over 90. Butterfly joints go backwards and forwards. joints, bicep swivel, double joint in the elbow comes up that far, wrist swivel, and these particular wrists pivot in and out. With his coat back on, we don't really see much of a change. The only thing that's affected is the butterfly joints. They still go backwards and forwards, just not as far. Like everyone else, he has 2 dumbbell joints in the abdomen and the chest. Wearing the coat, he leans forward that far, leans back that far, but the coat stops him a little bit. He gets side to side at the bottom and the top. Swivel at the top is not affected, neither is the swivel at the bottom. And the same articulation without the coat. He leans forward that far, leans back a little bit further. He has an increased range of motion for his side to side, and the swivel remains the same, you just kind of get a better look at it. Also, while it's off, you can see that really awesome texture on the inside. Like everyone else, he has drop down hips. He kicks forward that far without it, kicks that far forward with it. Without the drop hip, he kicks back that far, kicks back that far with it, and without the drop hip, he kicks out that far, and kicks out that far with it. We have a thigh swivel, double joint in the knee comes up that far. We have a boot swivel, ankle goes back, forward, and ankle rocker. Kicking off the height comparison series next to Sarge. There he is next to Steel Brigade, next to Bone Collector, next to Condor. There he is next to Classified Zartan, next to Classified Destro, Rayman Tim, Black Series Bosk, next to Black Series Leia, and next to his new henchman, Marvel Legends Punisher, the one with the motorcycle. And that's all I got for today. I've been very much looking forward to Kerak. He's one of my favorite characters in design, in background, all that kind of stuff. Maybe my favorite so far? I don't know. I very, very much like the way this worm looks. But Kerak's definitely one of my favorite characters. Very, very happy with this figure. Very happy with the line so far. But you'll have to let me know what you think down below. What do you think about Kerak as a figure, as a character design, the accessories that he comes with? Do you have him yet? Did you order him? Do you regret not ordering him if you didn't? All that kind of stuff. But if it's your first time on the channel today and like what you saw, then check the description below. There are all the relevant links for ordering Action Force while you still have a chance. Again, and sign up for the newsletter on Valaverse. It'll let you know when the Wave 1 figures are up for sale after all the initial orders from CrowdOx and Kickstarter are fulfilled. I also ask that you subscribe to the channel and click like on the video. It's a great way to help me out, and I very much appreciate it when you do. And I do thank you all for stopping by and spending some time with me today. So, till next time, I'm Sal, and it's time for action.